Hey guys, I'm B.
And I'm Sasa.
And we are
Petty and Plus Size. Cheers.
Oh, I like that one.
This drink you made me is so good. It's a cut water with pineapple juice.
Oh, bitch, you hope me.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back for episode 5.
Yes,
we did 5 episodes.
We got 45 more to hit 50, and we're
Yeah.
so excited.
Period. So today's topic is dealing with jealousy as a confident plus size woman.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, we've been dealing with a lot of jealousy
Oh, yeah.
from people that we know, people that we think we know, and just random strangers. So we just wanted to talk about it this week.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into it.
As someone with a big following of mine, semi-big following on TikTok, it's been... It's been a rough journey, to be honest with you, because as someone that is confident in her skin, you know, you see my body, you see my size. I've had to have really big, thick skin because it's just, even not with friends, it's with family as well. But lately I've been going through some things as far as getting DMs, comments, unnecessary comments, especially on both of our lives.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're kind of sick and tired of it, but I mean, the show must go on regardless of the situation. But, I've had people talk about me, my name be in group chats, my name be, hey, don't mess with this person, don't be with that person, because you wanted to let go. And it's caused, I don't know why, I think it's just an inner self-work that person or people need to work on, because it's like, why are you so mad at the world trying to bring down someone that just wants to be left alone?
Yeah.
And growing up plus size, in my family, it was a very big thing because I was always a bigger girl, had the bigger breast, had the bigger back, and it was just kind of a big thing in my family where it was just like, oh, cover up or cover this up. Don't show too much. But it's like, I've had an aunt go as far as trying to accuse me of being with their significant other just because the way my body looked.
Yeah.
Or, and it's like, I think it was like 15, 16 at the time with the older person that was, accusing me of doing that. And I was like, what is the whole thing with my name being brought up? And it was just
So
pure
this
jealousy.
was with your family member?
My family member.
Okay.
It was just pure jealousy, and it was just like, growing up, you're just like, damn, like, why do they have so much hate? Why do they have so much jealousy in them? But as I got older, it got worse.
Yeah.
And having to stick up for myself a lot was a big thing because, I had my aunt. My aunt. I'm super close with her. She's, my mom, basically. And she's always stood up for me. But she's always told me, like, you need to be careful of who you befriend and who is around you through family. Because she's like, they don't like how you're just this cheery person. You're just this person that is happy-go-lucky. And she's like, and your body itself is going to bring a lot of people that are going to be jealous of you.
Yeah.
And you see in the lives, you see on comments.
Yeah.
And
Constantly.
It's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous with people that are just constantly, oh, you're this. Or they'll send, like, the pig emojis. And it's like, what are you so mad about?
It bothers them. It seems like it truly bothers them when they see a plus size woman that doesn't hate herself.
Yeah, and it's some women, but mostly men.
Yeah.
Like, men are just... I can only tolerate men for a certain time.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and it's just like, I can't... It's just, what is the whole point of you bringing out a woman's, body, the way her size is, the way she carries herself? Why does it bother a man what a woman's doing?
Yeah.
And we deal with them a lot. It's just mostly men on our lives that are commenting
Sometimes,
stuff like that.
yeah. Sometimes
fake accounts, and we all know who that person is.
We don't know who it could be.
Oh, no. We know who that person is.
Yeah, this person, I don't know how they have so much time on their hands.
Exactly.
But anyway, yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah.
So when you were in school, like, did you deal with that where it was like, because it sounds like to me people wanted to take you down a peg because they felt like you were loving yourself too much.
It wasn't really in high school. It was more of maybe middle school, I would say.
Okay.
Middle school mostly. Elementary school, it was a lot of bullies because I did travel around from school to school. There was a few of them because I was obviously the bigger girl. It was like, oh, he's not going to talk to you, or this, he's not going to talk to you because of that. And it's like later on when it came to like middle school, that same person talked to me. And I was just like, okay,
It'd always be like that too.
Yeah. And even in high school, like, guys would, tell me like, oh, like I had a best friend in high school. He was super close with his girlfriend. She hated the hell out of me because we were so close.
Okay.
Turns out she was jealous. Turns out she was jealous because I had a bigger chest than her. And I was just like, I didn't want your man. Like, and it's like high school. So I was never allowed to have any boyfriends, any guy friends because, obviously the strictness of my grandparents, so it was very much difficult. And it was like, why are they so jealous? But then when I got older and at this age now, it's like, now I understand. Now I get the concept, but it's like at the end of the day, like, why does one person have to bother you so much that you have that hate in your heart?
Right.
That's one thing I learned, to never have hate in your heart because it will eat you.
And I feel like when somebody's a jealous person, they look ugly.
Oh, inside. And it's just not
and
even,
outside. The fuck?
I was trying to be nice, but I mean, hey.
I mean, people aren't being nice to us, so why should we be nice to them?
Period. But how about you? Like, how's your experience with that?
So I had really low self-confidence for a really, really, really long time. I would say until I was about 23, I didn't really have any confidence at all. When I was 23 is like when I first started getting more into becoming active.
Yeah.
And I think I had done a lot of harm to my body. I went through EDs. I went through a binge eating disorder.
Yeah.
Then I went through a different eating disorder. And it just did a lot of damage to my body. And so mentally I was not in a good headspace.
Yeah.
And then I also went through a lot of trauma as a child. And so when I was younger, I chose partners that reflected kind of what I saw as a kid. And so the partners that I had were not nice to me and made me feel worse about my body. And so once I started pouring into myself by working out, and mind you, when I first was working out, I was just doing treadmill, but it was just something to get started,
of course.
And then I started to feel more confident about myself, and I realized my size doesn't necessarily matter as much as it does how I feel about myself.
Yeah.
And because I'm moving my body and I feel like I'm doing it's literally about doing something for myself, my confidence started to grow. Yeah. And so at the time I was living with someone who by American standards is the perfect woman. She's 5'2", blonde, petite, blue eyes, white girl,
Yeah.
And she had a really quote unquote nice body, right? And when we would go out, there was a couple of times where guys were showing me attention rather than her. And she didn't like it. And
that's the worst person you can be with.
And she I didn't realize this at the time, but and this is just a part of growing up as a woman. You recognize patterns that you don't know what you don't know. So when I was younger, I didn't know that there was such a thing as male-centered women, And
There's
so
a lot of them now.
This woman was very male-centered, and when we would go out, if guys weren't paying attention to her, she would try to do things to make sure they would pay attention to her, dance crazy, try to give me a kiss or do something, and it was just I wasn't on that type of time, and it just kind of gave me the ick. But anyway, but then again, then they would just go to her.
Yeah.
And there was more than 2 times that this person would try to seduce people that she knew I was talking to, because she was a little bit jealous. I'm assuming. Then as I got into the social media space, I would say that you're right. Majority of women, besides
a
few, have been really welcoming on social media.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I've overwhelmingly had like a positive experience on social media.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, there's an exception to every rule.
Yeah.
And you know, there's been times like especially going live where I come across people who are not used to seeing a woman who is so confident,
Yeah.
you know, and it like kind of throws them off to where they're like, oh, like, well, you're just a fat ass bitch and you're just a pig and you're this and that. And like I was saying with you, it's like they are trying to knock me down a peg because in their mind, why should I be so confident?
Mm-hmm.
I don't deserve to be confident. I don't deserve to feel good in my body.
Yeah.
I shouldn't feel this way about myself because I'm not the society standard.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like there was a saying my grandma used to say of like there's a lid for every pot, you know? And so like for every
Yeah.
person there's somebody that I know I'm somebody's dream girl, you know? So why am I going to make myself feel bad and I could be this and I could be that. I'm happy with where I'm at, you know? Of course I am on my weight loss journey.
Yeah.
But I think like when you are nice to your body, it helps keep the weight off better.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you guys didn't, many of you guys might not know this, but back in 2017, I lost 130 pounds. And I was like 195, which is my lowest weight I've ever been in my whole life. Even as a kid, I was not 195. But I did it in a way that was very harmful to myself. And I was crash dieting. I was partaking in my ED. I was, you know, just not being nice to myself, you know, overly working out, overly doing this and that. And I lost the weight, but then I put it all back on and then some. But this time I can feel like I'm coming at it in such a place of love. Like I love my body. I love the body that's gotten us this far. You know, as women, we're kind of trained to like, our body is used for two things, either sexual pleasure or bearing children. And it's like, as a woman, I think it's really important to sit with your body and be nice to yourself and honor your body, you know? No matter what size you are, your body has gotten you to where you're at now.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of us have dealt with a lot of like physical scars and non-physical scars of like mental stuff that we've gone through with previous partners or with friendships. Like, I will say that I've had several friend breakups in my life. And the ones that I've had that had to do with like jealousy were more so because the other person just could not. It's like they wanted me to feel worse than them because of my size, you know? And it's like, I'm not going to do that. I don't care who you are. You
Don't
know?
belittle yourself for anybody.
Yeah. And I think also like, and that comes around to like the whole jealousy thing. Like some people can never on their own be happy with themselves. So they try to mimic and copy other people and they try to put you down because they can't copy you. And so instead they'll throw dirt on your name, make up lies about you, do whatever they can do just so that they feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's a very sick individual who acts like that. And I don't want no parts of that. You know, and both Victoria and I are the same in that way. We're like, we are actual girls.
Yeah.
Like down to our core, we are girls.
Yeah.
Like
we have a beautiful community behind us that we've grown. Like it's one thing I can say is that the girls that we do have in our, you know, our group
circle,
circle and that support us daily with this, you know, with our podcast, with everything, like that's one thing I can say that these girls stand 10 toes behind us, like no matter what. And like there's some that, you know, we're fed lies obviously, but they're like, hey, like you guys are doing a movement and we see the difference between this movement and that movement, and it's something that is very positive for not only bigger fats but also skinny fats, because you know that there is a thing between skinny fats and bigger fats. And you know, here with pitting plus size, me and Sasa,
we
like,
are different, and we
you
come
know,
from
there's different
different
diversities.
perspectives.
Yeah.
Yes. Like ethnically we're different. You know, she's
Yeah.
Latina, I'm Middle Eastern, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
we grew up kind of similar in terms of like
Yeah.
economic status. Both of us grew up low income, but she
Yeah.
comes from a foster background. I come from a big family
We
of like,
don't make our let our past make our
yeah, like, and it's
future.
just, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think like sometimes when people have a jealous spirit,
Yeah.
they see somebody who, despite, you know, because both of us have been through a lot of shit. Like, both of us have been through a lot of trauma. But when you meet us, you don't see that on our face.
Yeah.
And I think for some people, it's like they don't understand. They can't emulate, like, oh, like you've been through a lot of trauma, but it doesn't, you can't tell.
Yeah.
And I think that that also bothers some people. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. But I will say that, you know, like you said, even with family members, you know, I've had, it wasn't a jealousy thing, but it was more of like, especially when it comes to doing social media, like
Yeah.
digs of like, I've had family members say like, oh, you're going to take more videos, you're going to do this and that. And almost like try to paint me as if I'm vain. And it's like, yeah, in a way I am kind of vain because I am taking videos of myself. But at the same time, people care about what I have to say. And I truly believe I was put on this earth as a testimony to God's grace. And I would not be anywhere if it wasn't for God and following Christ. And that's my journey. And I don't put that on anybody else. Whatever you believe is what you believe. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But I think like oftentimes people just want you to like kind of like lower yourself when you have really high self-confidence. It bothers people's spirit.
Oh yeah.
And it's almost like because they can't reach that level on their own, they either want to drag you down with them and make them to your level, to their level, or they're just going to throw dirt on you until you feel so depressed. Like, I'm just glad that both of us have thick skin, and I'm glad that we don't take things personal when we know that things are not true.
We just laugh at it together.
Yeah, we laugh. We literally laugh because it's just like...
And I think that's what pisses people off about us is because
we're so unbothered.
Like, me and Sessa have grown to where, like, we just laugh at people. At this point, it's just
all we
like...
have to do is look at each other.
Yeah. Like, if it was ever a serious moment and me and Sasa were in a room together, we could not, you know?
We can't be
but, yeah, like, I agree with you. Like, you know, I have had that, like, especially the jealousy in family. You know, I've had it with my own sibling. So that was very tough growing up, you know? So, like, with my own sibling, like, as a plus size girl, I was more, you know, back then I was more into like using full on colors, using like...
exploring.
Exploring and stuff, you know? And, you know, this sibling of mine that, you know, I don't like to call sibling, but I mean, you know, but yeah. You know, I was kind of belittled a lot, you know, growing up. And even when I was, you know, maybe like a couple years ago, maybe like 2-3 years ago, why are you wearing that? Why are you wearing this? Well, don't you think
you're too big to be wearing that?
Yeah.
I've heard that too.
And it's like...
Because both of us like to dress like... I don't care. I'll wear crop tops. I'll wear whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm like Winnie the Pooh, bitch. But, yeah, I've definitely been told by family members, oh, like... another one. I wish I had your confidence.
Oh,
I fucking hate when people say that. I wish I had your confidence. Oh, I could never wear what you're wearing, but you go. Like, are you?
Yeah, because you can never be me.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably could never. And see, if you say, yeah, you're right, you couldn't pull this off, then you're a bitch. Am I wrong?
Yeah. Or I was just saying, no, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
I know your spirit behind it, and I don't want any of that. Like, I changed my, like, wardrobe. Like, if you notice, I do browns. I do blacks colors. Like, I don't usually do, like, a big pop of color because that was drilled into my head by the sibling where it's like, well, it's going to make you look like this, or you look too funky. And it's like, damn, you know, and obviously, you know, the past partner that I was with, like, don't let nobody stop that stop you from doing what you want to do, what you want to wear. And it messes with you, and it messes with my confidence a lot, because it was like, well, damn, is this how everybody sees me?
Yeah.
And, you know, even my own aunt had to tell me, like, don't listen to this
Yeah,
person.
they're trying to sabotage you.
Yeah, you know, and she's like, you're fine, however. Like, my aunt, she has been a big supporter, you know, like, she hears the comments. Like, she sees it in public. She's like, see this people looking at me a certain way. She's like, what are you looking at? You know, she's like, they're just jealous because, you know, they see you having this confidence and you wear it loud and proud and you don't care what people think, you know, because I'm usually this happy-go-lucky person where I'm smiling, I'm bubbly. So, like, for them, you know, when someone or looks at me a certain way, I kind of just, you know, ignore it. Yeah. But then, you know, it still kind of eats at me.
After a while, you know.
Yeah, like, especially in public, you know, especially at the stores. And it's like, people look at you and they be like, oh, like, the comments is just ridiculous, you know? So it's going to fuck with you. But at the end of the day, you have to kind of like, okay, this person said this person said that. At the end of the day, you just have to pray for them and let that shit go, because you are walking on a path. I've grown this platform with, you know, beautiful women just like yourself, with, you know, other, you know, individuals that we have as friends and mutuals. And it's like, okay, I'm doing this shit for a reason. I'm doing this shit for a purpose. Like, there's people out there that love me, support me for who I am and how I explore myself and how I put myself out there. And, you know, the ones that don't are not here for a reason. You know, God took them out of my life for a reason. And yeah.
And you can keep trying to insert yourself if you want to, but it's not going to happen.
Definitely.
And just give it up.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So as we close out this week's episode, it's time for another petty clip of the week. Yay. This week, Victoria's going to show us our petty clip of the week. I'm a little scared. Let's see what it is. Oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing.
Yeah, absolutely not. As a woman, you need to stand the fuck up and let men cater to you.
Stand up. Stand up.
I wanted to show this video because I know personally, and, you know, rest in peace to this woman. I love her down. That's my mom, but she did this to her husband. When I heard it, I was like, what did you do? I personally cannot do that. You know, no matter how much you love a man, I feel like it's always been taught as like a man should be the one proposing.
Yes.
You know, it's like you could do all the other things, but I don't know. I feel like he just was
He looked uncomfortable.
It looked like he just said yes just to say yes, and then just so she won't be embarrassed. I'm so sorry. I can't.
It was already embarrassing that she got down on one knee.
And then like she seemed like she was more excited than him, and it's like, it's like if you don't pull out that ring and just, you know, propose to her just so it can be better. But I'm so sorry. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay, guys. Well, we still don't have an ending phrase, so we're actually going to be posting a poll tomorrow on Instagram, which is actually Monday, right?
Yes.
So when you guys see this, the poll will be out on our Instagram, which is, I'll plug it in. All of our platforms are petty and plus size across all platforms. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Yep.
So petty and plus size on all those platforms. Okay. Yes. All right. Cheers. See you guys next week.